Recent reports indicate there was a brand new Xbox console in the works. Since then, it's been cancelled, but hey, let's break that all down. Up next. What's going on, guys? It's Kalo, and I'm here to give you the lowdown on all things gaming. And if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content. Drop a like on the video, and welcome to the Level Up. Xbox sticking around the console business has always been a rather hot button issue over the last few years. There have been conflicting reports and opinions on this matter that cover nearly every end of the spectrum, with some saying they're bowing out of this business, while others say they're holding true. Now, if it's anything to go off of, Xbox did just reveal 3 new hardware SKUs, and I want to put the parentheses around new because this is that all-digital Xbox Series X. And let's not forget, rumors have been swirling lately that Xbox is indeed working on a native handheld device, which at this point, I really hope that's true. But a console I've talked about just a tad bit over the past year or so was Project KeyStone. And for those of you not in the know, this is, or it was, Xbox's concept for a cloud streaming device. And this console has always been on the radar for Xbox fans over the past few years, with this console even allegedly making a cameo in a video from Phil Spencer. Now, I for one really don't care too much for a cloud streaming device, and you guys know I'm all about my native hardware. But on paper, just looking at this under a more non-objective lens, it would have been what I assume to be a cheaper alternative to a full Xbox console. And it's worth noting, as for a price point for this console, the desired price point was around $100 to $130. And it's worth noting this would have been bundled with a controller. But the idea of this console is now just a foregone conclusion, at least as of right now, because this device was canceled by Xbox and we now have some reasoning as to why they came to this choice. And shout out to Windows Central here for this report, which gave us all this insight. Quote, unfortunately, it appears Microsoft has since scrapped plans to ship Xbox KeyStone due to an inability to bring the price down to a level where it made sense for customers. Xbox CEO Phil Spencer is on record saying the device should have costed around $99 to $129. But the company was unable to achieve this. Now, I agree with that sentiment because a device like KeyStone that's strictly cloud streaming, it really shouldn't cost any more than $130. The sole purpose of this device is meant to be a cheaper entry point to the Xbox ecosystem, and when you start to sniff that $200 price range, questions will rise to just buy an Xbox Series S. But I do think there was more to this story, especially when it came to the cancellation. During the FTC versus Microsoft trial last summer, cloud streaming was brought up at nearly every turn, and believe me, we covered any and all of it. During this time, Phil Spencer was asked about Microsoft's investment in cloud streaming, more specifically with xCloud. And this is where he said that they cut nearly all feature work and investment in the new server infrastructure. And the reason as to why they did that was to wait and see if they could find a market and fit for the service, mainly mobile devices. So as you can see, cloud gaming, at least at that point in time, wasn't the main objective for Xbox. Phil Spencer spelled this out loud and clear, that they took a step back from their rather aggressive push into cloud gaming, mainly because Xbox didn't find too much success there. Now, I don't think this is a fault to Xbox themselves entirely. I think it's just because people who play games haven't really taken to cloud gaming as fast as these companies would have hoped. And I do think as the years goes on, the technology will get better, the way to play will get better, so maybe down the line they could revisit this. But with all that being said, I'm gonna pass it off to you guys. What are your thoughts on cloud gaming, whether that be Xbox, PlayStation, or does Nintendo even do it? But that about does it here. I've been Kalo, I gave you the lowdown on all things gaming, and if you're new here, feel free to subscribe to this channel for weekly video game news content, drop a like on the video, and this has been the Level Up.